Page 28, Myrtle the Turtle. Here they are introducing a thing called a key signature. I've spoken briefly about them before, and I said you don't have them yet, don't worry about them. Well, you got them now. A key signature is the number of, or the collection of sharps or flats that are at the beginning of a staff. Like here, you look at the beginning of each staff and you see a sharp sign. That's the key signature. So now at the beginning of the staves, you'll have the clef sign, treble or bass clef. Then you have the key signature with sharps or flats in it. You haven't had flats yet, but you will. And the time signature with the numbers, in that order. In the past, previous in this book, you've had key signatures all along, you didn't know it. Because there weren't any sharps or flats, and that itself is a key signature. It's called the key of C major, where it's all white keys. That's what we had before. All through the book, you've been in C major. Well, now with a sharp sign, this is in the key of G major here. And it would be all white keys from G to G, except for the F sharp here. So that's the keys for G major. And that's the way it works. And you can keep adding sharps, or you can do the same with flats eventually when they introduce flats, but that's it. I think this might be a good time for me to tell you, probably should have done it before now, is go to my scale videos and do the beginner level on C major and the beginner level on G major. Learn the scales. I explain everything in the scale video. A certain way I want you to do it. There's a certain fingering for them. So follow the instructions and learn the scale, because it teaches you the keys on the piano that correspond to that key signature, because they're all in the scale. And that helps when you're playing these pieces, because you can think, oh, I'm in G major. I know which keys those are. And those are the keys you're going to use for the most part. And that's it. Now the idea with putting them at the beginning of the line like this, the sharps, this way you don't have to put them in front of each note. So this simply means that all the F's in the top staff, you have that sharp sign in the top staff. That means all the F's in that staff, no matter where they are automatically F sharp. Well, if you look across there, you'll see in the next to the last measure, the last note in it is an F. Well, that's automatically going to be an F sharp. You just play the F sharp instead of the F. And the sharp sign in the bottom staff at the beginning, same thing. It means all the F's in that bottom staff are automatically going to be F sharp instead of F natural. There may not be any F's in it, it doesn't matter. If there were, then they would be F sharp. Generally, you're going to see the same key signature in both staves. They're not going to mix key signatures on you. That's really confusing if you do that. So when you put your hands in position, if there's any F's, you automatically put your fingers on F sharp instead, because that's the key you're in. Starts out in the left hand, but they want your fourth finger on G. Well, that puts your hand in this position except for the F sharp. You want here. So the position is actually here for this one. And in the right hand, when it comes in, third finger on E, that puts your hand in this position, except the F sharp, it's here. You want here. That's your position. So you're still in a middle C position, it's just you got F sharps instead of F naturals. And that's the way it works. So 3/4 time, let's play through it. Counting wise, rhythm, it's not a problem, I hope. Quarter notes and dotted half notes. It's just these F sharps. We got to make sure we got those. So let's just double check it. I'll give us 3 counts. So go ahead and put your hand in that middle C position, covering the F sharps. Here we go. 1, ready, go. Three. 3, off.